What's up, guys? It's TheCasualAussie back again for another episode of a Digimon deck profile that came out weird. But anyway, today I'm bringing you guys my yellow ShineGreymon deck profile for BT4. This is going to be one of the three last deck profiles for the BT4 format because BT5 is right around the corner. But anyway, as I said, today I'm bringing you guys my ShineGreymon deck, and this is a deck I've recently completed and wanted to actually play for a while now, so I'm glad to finally have it done for you guys, and this deck can only get better given BT5 is right around the corner, so hopefully it does. But anyway, before we get too carried away with the rambling, let's just jump right into the deck profile. Starting off with the DigiX, I play the one Upamon and then the 4 copies of Koromon. I definitely made a mistake there of organize which order I wanted them in. But that's fine, that's completely fine. With Koromon, when attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for the turn. And then with Upamon, when attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger draw 1. So just an extra bit of advantage. That 1000 minus reduction can actually come in handy, especially again with your opponent's really annoying cards. And Upamon, hey, drawing an extra card is always great, so that's why we have them. Moving on to the rookies, I play 4 copies of Starter Deck Patamon. We have 4 copies, of the Salamon from 1.5. This is the uncommon Salamon. Yeah, I want to make sure I got the rarity right. 2 copies of the rare Patamon from Booster Set 1. And then finally 1 copy of Bushi Agumon. So with these cards, as you can see, I still don't have any Pulsemon. That's fine. If you have Pulsemon, play Pulsemon because it is the much better card. Probably play it over the Salamons if you have it. So anyway, with Patamon, this Patamon specifically, once per turn when an opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping its DP to 0, gain a memory. It's just a bit of extra memory. It's a great, nothing bad ever happens, and you are reducing memory a lot with this deck. So hey, take all the extra advantage you can get. With Salamon, if you have 3 or fewer securities on deletion, recovery, so just getting some extra longevity back, quite nice. But this rare Patamon, probably the only time you're going to see this is in a ShineGreymon deck. Reveal 4 cards from the top of your deck, add all yellow tamers among them to your hand, place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. So yeah, as it's broken as it sounds, especially in a ShineGreymon deck, this deck heavily runs on tamers, so being able to get as many as possible to your hand and then begin setting up your board, it's amazing. It comes on quite a lot. And then finally with Bushi Agumon, it just has Rush. It's a 3k with Rush. It's 5 cost to hard play. That's really what it's here for, just in game ender if I do so need it. So yeah, I'd probably take out the Salamons, and then what would I take out for the Pulsemons? Probably the Salamons. Actually, I'd probably take out 3 Salamons, 1 Bushi Agumon for the Pulsemons if I had them, and then maybe the 4th Salamon for an extra Patamon, or maybe I'll keep the 4th Salamon in just for the longevity. I'm still on the fence about which I would rather do, in all honesty. But anyway, moving on to the champions, I play 4 copies of Pitomon. Yeah, 3 copies of Unimon. And then finally 4 copies of this rabbit thing, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of. So with Pitomon and Unimon there, the blockers of yellow, these are actually the best champions that yellow has to offer at the moment, which is actually kind of sad because, yeah, you can't exactly do much with the yellow champions. Yellow has become a champion blocker. Yellow champions are just going to be blockers, and then Turaimon, which is Turaimon, I think, which is the Dark Turaimon of the deck. Being 1 cost to evolve into 6k DP. yeah, I have nothing really to say about this lineup. I do play Petermon 4-3 with Petermon as maxed out over Unimon because Petermon is overall cheaper to evolve into, but it is weaker. But it's fine. You do want to grow up as fast as possible, but hey, can't go wrong with extra blockers, can ya? I hate saying that because truthfully it is really all that yellow has. I hope that changes set 5. I need to have a look at that set list. But anyway, moving on to the ultimates. I play I'm still not used to the different artworks, but I play 4 copies of the ShineGreymon, 3 copies of the Red ShineGreymon, and then finally 2 copies of WarGrowlmon. So with ShineGreymon, the yellow one, when digivolving you may play 1 yellow team from here without paying memory cost. Any on play effects do not activate. And then with this inheritable effect, while you have 3 or more security cards, while you have 3 or more tamers in play. Sorry, yellow's always relies on like having more or less security cards, so it's a bit confusing when you see something new. This Digimon gains security attack +1. Does come up. I play I think 10 or 11 tamers in this deck, so ShineGreymon's security attack effect is very easy to access. As you can see, I do have 2 of these promo artworks as well, which I actually do want to try and get a full set of if possible. Full set of one or the other. I noticed something about like maybe it's from Yu-Gi-Oh, but like clashing artwork does not appeal to me. But it's fine. It's fine. It's still the same card. And with this Red ShineGreymon, arguably the better ShineGreymon of the 2. Your turn, this Digimon is treated as yellow, and then I can Digiburst 2 to play one of my yellow tamers, red or yellow tamers from my hand without paying memory cost. Unlike the yellow ShineGreymon, this red ShineGreymon does allow you to use their security, use their on-play effects, so it is a bit better in that regard, but hey, it's still a good card and I would not change anything. Best part about this ShineGreymon is that it's counted as a yellow as well, so you can go up into ShineGreymon, which is why we do play 3. And then with WarGrowlmon, during your main phase, you can Digiburst 2. One of your opponent's Digimon gets -1000 DP for the turn. I'm not sure whether I'd rather have this or the Angelwoman from the yellow starter deck. Mostly because Angelwoman promotes longevity while WarGrowlmon promotes DP reduction, but we already have a lot of DP reduction cards in this deck. Actually, the aim of ShineGreymon is just DP reduction, so I figure I might, in the future, change these out for Angelwoman. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this card. Just an extra 1000 DP while you have 3 or fewer security. It's not much else to talk about. That's really it. And Red ShineGreymon gives a power boost if you have a tamer in play. That's really all I have to say about those guys. But anyway, moving on to the ultimates, we play 4 copies of the ShineGreymon, 2 copies of the yellow WarGreymon, and then finally 1 copy of the /Angemon. So let's move this around because this is, yeah, I'm still not used to doing the upside down format, but that's fine. We've got this. Maybe by BT5 we'll have this down packed. But anyway, with ShineGreymon, when digivolving, suspend all your yellow tamers. For each tamer you suspend, activate the following effect. One of your opponent's Digimon gets -4000 DP for the turn. So I play like 10, 11 tamers. Theoretically, if I get them all, that's 44,000 DP. I can reduce my opponent's Digimon by, which honestly, sometimes it can rid your opponent's big mechas. Other times, if they're trying to rush you, it can just be a board wipe. ShineGreymon is absolutely insane, and I'm glad to have this card. ShineGreymon is 4 cost to evolve into, which can be a bit of a pain, but a lot of the tamers do allow to gain memory, so it's good. But it is a bit expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but we do have WarGreymon and /Angemon to help out that cost as well because they are a bit cheaper. And then during your turn, this Digimon gets +1000 DP for each tamer you have in play. So yeah, it can get to some absurd numbers and beat over almost everything. That's why I love ShineGreymon at 4, and he's the main reason I wanted to build the deck. Anyway, with the yellow WarGreymon, when attacking once per turn, you may add the top card of your security to your hand, unsuspend this Digimon, and then have one of your opponent's Digimon lose 6,000 DP. Just a way to clear off your opponent's resources, or swing in for extra damage. It's quite nice what you can do with WarGreymon. The amount of things you can do with WarGreymon, like, it can miss, it can take out stuff you might have missed with the ShineGreymon. It can take out stuff you might have missed with ShineGreymon. It's fine. It's fine. It's honestly perfect. I would probably play a third over ShineGreymon if I had it. But that's fine. Anyway, with ShineGreymon, when Digivolving, when your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8,000 DP for the turn, just reducing it, making it weaker so you can swing over it, or maybe, hey, who knows, AK is a lot of DP reduction, so maybe you take something out. If you have Patamon underneath, you draw a card. I mean, you gain extra memory. Sorry, I'm getting my effects confused. Jeez, it has been a long day. But yeah, I was originally playing Magnadramon instead of ShineGreymon for the extra recovery and longevity Yellow usually has, but I honestly did not like Magnadramon. I want to keep it the more DP reduction style, and yeah, as great as it is to have a deck that with a lot of longevity, you're sort of going through the top cut of your deck quite a lot with Evolving, with TK, with Patamon. You're going to run out of resources eventually, so even though longevity from the security perspective, it does not promote longevity from the deck, which is why I do not like that card as much in this particular build of yellow. Anyway, for level 7s, I just run the one copy of Chaosmon Evolver. When Digivolving, activate the following effect. When your opponent's Digimon gets 7,000 DP, this effect activates twice, so 14,000 DP is, you can wipe almost anything aside from an Omnimon off the board. That's really what it's here for, and Undeletion gains some extra memory. It's a good card all around, just one of, because ShineGreymon is the focus of the deck, and honestly with all the Tamers, space is a bit tight. But anyway, moving on to the Tamers. Speaking of, we play no option cards in this deck, surprisingly. We have 4 copies of TK from the rare TK from set 1, 3 copies of the starter deck TK, we have 3 copies of Kari Kamiya, and then we have 1 copy of Tai Kamiya from set 4. So this is going to be a lot to talk about here, because a few of these cards we actually haven't seen on the channel before. But anyway, with TK, just the memory tamer. At start your turn, if you have two or fewer memory, set your memory to 3. And then on play, look at the top card of your security stack, then reveal it 1 card and add it to your hand. If it is yellow, trigger recovery +1. It's nice. You essentially get a card for free and your security remains unchanged. And this thing activates when you play from the security stack, so it's not a bad thing. All these cards play themselves when they come from security, so it's great. It's great. Just being able to load these guys up in security. It's nice. Now with the 2 cost rare TK, all your security Digimon get plus 2,000 DP. Yellow Digimon are on the weaker side, so being able to have this to soup them up a bit, give them a bit of a buff, does help. It can add some of your opponent's more troublesome cards. There isn't anything better tamer-wise for yellow at the moment, so that is why we play it. Then with Kari Kamiya, start of your turn, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, gain a memory. Really helps out if you have multiples of these and then TK, because in Digimon you do choose the effect. You get to resolve 1 effect at a time rather than Yu-Gi-Oh, which does chains, which I quite like. So you can activate TK first, set your memory to 3, and then for each card you gain extra memory. So that's like all of these are 1 TK, all 3 of these, that's 6 memory to start your turn with, which can honestly do a lot. But having 4 memory even just to go into a ShineGreymon is amazing. That's the best thing about it. Or even 5 memory, go up into your Mega, play an extra tamer, go up into ShineGreymon, no, Ultimate, play an extra tamer, because we do play it's like 7 copies of Rise Greymon. and then Digivolve into ShineGreymon, nuke your opponent's board before you pass over to their turn, and they'll have a little memory. It comes up. It is quite painful for your opponent. I've actually been on the receiving end of that. It is despair. It is literal despair. But anyway, with Taikimiya, the yellow Taikimiya, while you have three or fewer security cards, with your Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. And when a opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping their DP to 0, suspend this tamer, gain a memory. It's okay. I only play it in here because it is an extra tamer. It is nothing stellar. But I would rather this tie than a fourth of the rare TKs, if I'm being honest. Hopefully yellow does get some more good tamers. I honestly thought about playing a second copy of Valderam, but I do not like having multiple copies of Valderam. It can clog, especially in this deck, because this isn't exactly like a turbo build. It's ShineGreymon, so things do take a little bit to set up for this deck, so which is fine. It's definitely a different playstyle to what I'm used to, but it has been a fun deck so far. But yeah, that's honestly going to be everything I have to say about the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry about if this turned into a bit of a rambly video, but hope you guys learned something. And with set 5 around the corner, only 2 more deck profiles to go with the channel before we move on to set 5 stuff. So if you have anything you want to see for set 4 or maybe set 5, please let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for more updates and uploads. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here for now. So until next time, stay rusty.